Defying gravity behind the construction of a highway on a cliff in China. Complete construction process. High above the valley floor, where clouds drift below your feet and the wind howls against raw stone, a narrow line begins to take shape along a vertical cliff. At first glance, it looks impossible, a road where no road should exist. But this is exactly where one of the most extreme engineering challenges begins. In the remote mountainous regions of China, geography is both breathtaking and brutal. Towering cliffs, deep gorges, and unstable rock formations make transportation nearly impossible. For decades, isolated villages remained cut off, reachable only by footpaths carved into the mountainside, until engineers decided to change that. This is the story behind the construction of a highway on a cliff, and the incredible process that made it possible. Before a single piece of equipment arrives, the mountain itself must be understood. These cliffs are not just steep, they are nearly vertical. The rock can be unpredictable, with layers that fracture easily under pressure. Add to that heavy rainfall, landslides, and sudden temperature changes, and you have one of the most dangerous construction environments on Earth. Engineers begin with detailed surveys. Drones sweep across the cliffs, capturing high-resolution images. Laser scanning technology maps every crack and contour. Geologists studied the rock, searching for weaknesses that could threaten the entire project. Only after months of analysis can a route be chosen, a thin line carefully traced across the face of the mountain. Unlike typical road construction, there is no easy way to access the site. Workers descend from above using ropes, suspended hundreds of meters in the air. Every movement must be precise, every step is calculated. Temporary platforms are drilled directly into the rock face, forming fragile footholds in an otherwise vertical world. Heavy machinery cannot simply drive in. Instead, materials are transported piece by piece using cranes, cable systems, and sometimes helicopters. Even the simplest tools must be carefully secured, because if something falls, it's gone forever. With access established, the real transformation begins. To create space for the highway, the cliff must be cut away. Workers drill deep into the rock, inserting explosives into carefully measured. Each blast is planned down to the smallest detail. Too strong, and the explosion could destabilize the mountain. Too weak, and progress slows to a crawl. When the charges detonate, the mountain shakes, chunks of rock into the void below. What remains is a rough, jagged ledge, the first glimpse of a future road. But the danger is far from over. Crews must clear the debris manually, often standing on narrow edges with no room for error. It's slow, exhausting, and incredibly risky work. Once the path is carved, the focus shifts to stability. Left untreated, the exposed rock could crumble at any time. So engineers begin reinforcing the cliff. Steel bolts are driven deep into the mountain, anchoring unstable. Wire mesh is stretched across vulnerable areas to catch falling debris. Layers of sprayed concrete, known as shotcrete, seal the surface, adding strength and durability. In some sections, massive retaining walls rise from the edge, acting as barriers against collapse. Every measure is designed to answer one question: how do you make a vertical mountain safe enough to carry a road? Now, that begins to resemble something recognizable. Foundations are laid directly onto the carved. Concrete is poured, forming a stable base. Steel reinforcements are added where the terrain demands extra support. In areas where the cliff cannot be widened, the highway extends outward, supported by pillars drilled deep into the mountain. These sections appear to float, suspended above the abyss. Layer by layer, the road takes shape: a solid base, smooth asphalt, drainage systems to channel water away. What was once a sheer cliff is now becoming a functional highway. But building the road is only part of the challenge. Keeping it safe is another. Cliffside highways face constant threats: falling rocks, heavy rain, erosion, and even earthquakes. To protect drivers, guardrails are installed along the edge, often the only barrier between a vehicle and a vertical drop. Warning signs alert drivers to sharp turns and zones. Drainage channels are carefully designed to prevent water from seeping into the rock and weakening the structure. Every feature is built with survival in mind. When the final layer of asphalt is laid, the transformation is complete. What was once an isolated, unreachable region is now connected to the outside world. Travel times that once took days are reduced to hours. Goods can move freely. Communities gain access to healthcare, education, and opportunity. This is more than just a highway, it's a lifeline.